Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. Polyester here, and today the devs had a stream and they talked about some of the upcoming changes to the game that I think we're going to see within the next week or two. So I just want to talk about that. Let's see, they mentioned that they're going to increase the bleed out time on the hook from 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes. So it's going to take you a minute before you go into struggle mode. The first minute is what they call the summoning phase, where the entity is being summoned to accept the sacrifice. And then the second minute is the struggle mode, where you no longer have any opportunities to jump off and you just have to hit space to stay alive as long as you can. So they're going to increase that time from 45 seconds for each phase to a minute for each phase. So instead of 1.5 minutes until you're dead on the hook, it's going to be 2 minutes. So I think that was important. I think that will help alleviate some of the camping. If a killer knows that if they camp one person, it's going to take a full 2 minutes for that person to die, it's going to give survivors a chance to get generators done more quickly on them, and they're probably going to have to leave victims on the hook longer. They also talked about possibly reworking borrowed time because they feel like it is a little bit too strong. So I don't know what might happen to that in the future. So enjoy your borrowed time while you have it, because they are talking about, one thing I heard was decreasing the amount of time before you collapse, like maybe in half. So that would be significant. And another thing that they talked about was increasing the altruism aspect of the game, that once the all 5 generators are completed and the exit gates are powered, not opened, but powered and ready to be opened, that you would gain a 25% bonus to all your altruistic actions, which would give you more blood points for unhooking, etc. Things helping the other survivors. So that would encourage you to stick around and maybe even risk losing your life if you knew that you were going to get, say, 1,800 points for an unhook if you stuck around. So I think that's a good idea. I like all of those ideas. And then they talked about they were going to change the way the scoring is done for the killers. So I think we have seen the end of what will be the friendly killers. For anybody who cares about their rank, that is. Because if a killer gets 20-some thousand points and lets all 4 survivors leave, they aren't going to pip anymore. They're changing the victory points for pipping for killers, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So the blood points are still going to be there. You can get 20,000 blood points and take those into the game to progress, but you would lose rank. If it's going to be all about sacrifices and kills. So I'm going to show you this chart here. So these are the new ways that the killers are going to get points. The first time they hook a survivor, they're going to get 1 point for that. If they put a survivor into struggle phase, they're going to get another point for that. If they completely sacrifice a survivor, they get 2 points for that. So if I were to hook my lovely Meg here, and she stayed on the hook until she died, that would be 4 points. You get a maximum of 4 points per survivor. 16 points in the game for the killer to achieve. If you Memento Mori to survivor, you would get 2 points for that. If they bled out, you get 1 point for that. Disconnection while loading. If the survivor disconnects, you're going to get 2 points for those people. If they disconnect during the game, you get the quitter bonus of all 4 points. But if the killer disconnects, they lose all of their points. So maximum of 4 points per survivor, and 16 points altogether in the game. So if you were to let everybody escape, what would be the most points you could get when they escaped? You could hook them. You could hook them again in struggle, and they could get off and escape, and you'd only get 2 points for each person. right? That's the most you can get, right? There's nothing larger than that someone can escape and you can get that many points, right? So if you hooked all 4 survivors twice and let them escape, you would get 8 points. I'm going to show you how that scores here. So this is the scoring for the pips now. If you only get 7 points, you're going to lose a pip. If you get 8 points, which would be the maximum you could get if all 4 survivors got away, that would be your safety pip, the black pip. You wouldn't lose any ground, but you wouldn't gain any ground. So you need to get between 9 and 15 points to get 1 pip, and you need to get all 16, the 4K, to get the double pip. That's going to be the new killer scoring system. So I don't think there's going to be any easy going on somebody like, I'm going to let the last person escape the hatch, whatnot. It's going to be a fight to the end, tooth and nail. I think you're going to see the killers fighting for every kill, every sacrifice, every death. They are going to try and get these points because they want the pips. As far as I know, up to this point, our pips are remaining the same. That may change. They may decide to do a victory system for the survivors as well and not base it just on the points in the categories. That remains to be seen. But to this point, these are the killer victory points that they're talking about rolling out in the next week or two. Now, along with these changes, they're also changing the Mori, because if you'll notice here, you get 2 points for a Mori. Well, you know, that's going to encourage killers to bring Moris more often to get these points, right? So they have changed the way the Mori is going to work, and now you can't just start Moriing people right as soon as you find them, knock them to the ground and Mori them. They have to be hung first. So they've changed how the Mori works. The Cypress didn't change because that was always the last survivor. But the Ivory, it says you can kill 1 survivor who has been hooked. So you can't Mori them until they have been hooked at least once. And the same thing with the Ebony. You can only Mori the survivors who have been hooked. So that's the change to that. So, I mean, under those conditions, the killer would get 3 points per person, right? Because you would get 1 point for having hooked them the first time, and then if they came off and you caught them and Moried them, that would be 3. So you would get at least 3 points for having Moried someone under these conditions, unless they were the last survivor, because then you can just Mori them and there is no hooking condition on that. So that's changed. And one other thing that they've changed is the brand new part. So they changed brand new part because they felt like, okay, so you've taken the Mori away from the killers where we have to wait until somebody's hung. That wouldn't be fair if you had a match with friends and everybody brought brand new part and bingo bango bongo, we all did brand new parts and 4 generators are done instantly and then they're on their way out the door. And you don't really have any recourse because you can't grab them and Mori them right away. They have to be hung first. So they have changed brand new part. So the way the brand new part is going to work now, it isn't going to be an instant gen. It's going to be, instead of you doing the repair skill checks, it's going to be the part installation skill check. So once you start installing the brand new part into the generator, every 2 seconds you're going to get this skill check triggered, and you can see here it says if you get a good on the skill check, you have completed 5% of the generator progression, and if you get the great, then it's 10%. So 10 greats would be 100%. That would take you 20 seconds to complete the installation of the brand new part and have that generator done. Bang. 40 seconds if you only get the goods, which is still faster. I think that cuts the gen time in half. I think a gen takes 80 seconds now. And you can see here it says any interruption, if you stop at any time, you're going to lose the part and you'll have to go back to doing it the old way. So If you come off the gen because you hear the killer coming, you go back, your toolbox is gone. You can't do it anymore. So you have to stay on it for the full 20 or 40 seconds, however long it takes you to get through this, assuming you don't fail any skill checks. And so that's the change. So those are the notable changes that are upcoming. And I'm just gonna take, which one is it? This one off. And we'll play a game with Meg. Can't think of anything else that they talked about. Those were the most notable items that I found from the conversation today. So, they're talking about rolling out this victory conditions fairly quickly, maybe within a week. It's going to depend on if they're satisfied with how it looks. So, I think you're going to see it sooner rather than later. Certainly by the end of July, I imagine. Alright, so who we got here? Mikester. We're playing with Mikester from Tejas, Texas. Who's leaving? Mikester's got 25 hours in. RO Gamers that hasn't set up their profile. And Astro Sloth has 146 hours in. This should be an interesting game. Let's see what happens. Alright, we're doing it. Okay, so 10 minutes of blather, but it's important blather. It's about the future of the game. So, I do like that altruistic change. Oh, these are my party streamers. We're going to get 100% bonus. So let's do well in this game. I forgot I brought the party streamers with the Meg. I do like the idea of giving the incentive for those extra altruistic actions at the end of the game. Hopefully we'll see more teamwork, and we're going to need it because, like I said, I think that the killers are really going to be a lot tougher on survivors. Anybody who cares about rank certainly will be, because they're not going to want to be giving up rank just to be a nice person. So we'll see what happens. I'm fearful. I mean, I know I always say I don't want anything handed to me, so you know, from that aspect, I'm like, well, okay. I want them to play me tough. I didn't change my DPI. I think I've been putting my... Oh, come on. What? Did I lose my stuff? Why is my rank whirling around? It says they disconnected. I got 50 points. I don't know what's happening. Let's try this again. Did I lose my party streamers? I lost my freaking party streamers? Are you serious? I lost my bonus 100%. Are you kidding me? That's the first party streamers I had on Meg, and they're just gone like that because of the disconnect. That's stupid. You shouldn't take away offerings from people. Excitement. That's 5 hours in game. Ooh, the new Nia. Oh, that's not new Nia. Another 5 hours in game. I thought that was the new Nia here. And 14 hours in game. Wow, these are newbies. This would be an interesting game. Would they have, what did I say they have? 25 hours combined? Let's see how this goes. Wow. That's my... They're not even bringing offerings? What's happening? Okay. I do really like the extended bleed out time, and I like the bonus 25% altruism. I think those are good changes. I mean, I think the extended bleed out time was necessary anyway, just when they extended the time that generators took and the time that the door takes to open. it really gave the killer more of an opportunity to camp, in my opinion, because all those actions were going to take longer. So it only made sense to extend the time of the bleed out as well. And I really don't like this map. Where you at, Billy? Stop running. Stop running, you're gonna get me killed. Alright. These newbie people are gonna run around. I'm just gonna sit back here for a minute and let them take some hits before I do anything. I'm gonna turn my DPI up a smidge though. Where you at, Billy? Oh, there he goes. Alright, let's get up in the boat. Stop making noise on stuff. Got away. Down again. Alright, I should be able to finish this. Now I'm going to go head over to that one. Oh, we went in the basement. They're off. They're off the hook. Somebody else got the smacks. Oh, over there. Oh, man. Guess they're getting hung back up. They still aren't dead. What's going on with this? gotta go. Heals. Let's get the heck out of here. Like now. Got a green toolbox. Oh, I haven't seen a pallet standing up like that for a while. I can't get through there. I haven't seen a busted pallet in a while. I thought they fixed all of those. I was trying to get him on the other side of this pallet, but that didn't work. He left me with the crummy side of it. I was trying to get him on the other side of the busted pallet and see what would happen. I don't think this person's coming for me, but we'll see what happens. Stupid busted pallet. I'm sorry, Meg, I failed you. I don't think they're gonna get over here. So the other thing about the extended bleed out time is you're only gonna get 3 chances to jump off. You're gonna lose 20 seconds of your bleed out time every time you try and unhook yourself. I think I gotta go for 1 unhook attempt. I know they're coming, but I just gotta try. I hear him coming, so yeah. See, and she's in panic mode now. I'm gonna be lucky if she can even pull me off before she dies. I've disappeared. Stupid bug pallet. That's so surprising. I didn't think any of those existed anymore. See? No more friendly killers. Alright. GG. Handing out the points. Look at all my altruism. I still pipped because I'm a good person and I help people. Do. Tech Guru. Oh man, these guys had no points. Alright, thanks for watching, everybody. So that gets you up to date as far as what I know is coming for the new version of the game. Next week or two, new patch. So let me know what you think about those game changes. We'll talk to you later. Be good to one another. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time, and bye-bye.